Hey everybody! Hey there, it's Sadie at allnaturalme.com. Welcome to my broadcast. Today we are going to do the shadow clearing work about forgiveness. We have been waiting for this one, maybe reluctantly, maybe hopefully, but we have been waiting for this one. This is a big one. This is a big one. The big one. Forgiveness is a big one. Absolutely. So here's the card that we're going to be working with today. So get comfortable, set your intentions to be open with a readiness to clear, and we're going to talk about forgiveness, right? Yes. So anyways, welcome. Let me just pull up my chat. I'm going to be broadcasting now at 2 in the afternoon, so if you can join me during the week, wonderful. If not, thank you so much for watching the replay. The energy's still here, you're still here. It's great. So as we come together, we make intentions to allow ourselves forgiveness. We open up channels and pathways of love in our life, right? Because when we don't allow ourselves to forgive, I have heard it being described as literally holding poison in your body. And I think that's pretty accurate and amazing, right? Like when you don't forgive, that resentment, that negativity really pulls down your vibration, really pulls down you energetically, and cuts you off from the things that you do want. And what do we want? We want love. So in today's broadcast, we're going to start off by pulling ourselves a friend. Yesterday, our friend was intimacy. This was our friend from yesterday, intimacy, right? True love coming together in one unified field with another being. With open honesty, communication, like all that wonderful good stuff. So we had her yesterday talking to us about that. So we're going to pull ourselves a new friend. Then we are going to use the soul's journey to do our shadow work for forgiveness. Now, ultimately, what do we want to bring forth after releasing forgiveness, after transmuting that negative energy? What do we want? We want more love. So we're going to pull a Whispers of Love because we want to have stronger, more loving relationships in our life. So we're going to make intentions for love. Then we're going to do the Magdalene Oracle, which also is full of love for me. So Whispers of Love, the Magdalene Oracle, and then Keepers of the Light, right? All these ascended masters, these light beings, they do all things with love. They have our best intentions. And, any ascended master who walked this earth, they were human. They had to learn how to love as well, right? So I thought that'd be really, really good. Then we're going to finish up with a language of letting go and a joy and sorrow, like we've been. So anyways, here we go. All right, so let me put intimacy away for sure. Let me put intimacy away. And we are going to pull ourselves a new friend from the Wisdom Keeper Oracle book. So far, these have proved to be, I know I overuse amazing, but like they really have been amazing. And also, they have been a little surprising, like not in a good way. Like they have questioned us with their questions of contemplation. They've made us think. Yeah. Like they're not just like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but I have been pleasantly surprised by this deck. They are huge. There's a dragonfly with a key on the back. Okay, let's make intentions with that dragonfly key as we emerge into the new beings that we are becoming. let us find and access the keys that will help us open up our heart space even more. So that's why I felt like this shadow work was so important. I can't even say that we're halfway done, but oh my goodness, hilarious. And these cards, like all my decks, seem to have a sense of humor as I'm talking about shadow work. The card that falls out and causes a ruckus is number 47, Transmutation. So yeah, shadow work is all about transmutation. It's about giving permission to the darkness to return to the light. So as I look at her face is busy, right? Like a lot of the other cards aren't as, I mean, there's like a little more space in between the designs. Her face is busy. There's soaring Aztec eagles on her cheekbone. I'm not really sure what that sign on her nose is, like, but I've seen it before. Sort of, you know, she has kind of like a Celtic, maybe a cross on her chin. Yeah, so lots of crosses. And lots of geometric symbols on her forehead. Oh, and like a spiral triangle across under her brows. Yeah, she's got a very busy face, okay? So I think that's really good for transmutation. A lot going on there. So anyways, number 47, let's check it out. Okay, so get comfortable. I'm going to read to you. This is story hour. And a new friend for us every day through our journey of shadow work. So she says the only way to transcend suffering is to move more deeply into it, right? Dive into the darkness, embracing every feeling and event that comes to you. Oh my gosh, do you love it? So here's our new friend, transmutation. Let me get the glare off of her face a little bit. So this is kind of so spot on, isn't it, Mama? Like, the only way to transcend suffering is to move more deeply into it, embracing every feeling and event that comes to you. And hey, hello, welcome everyone. This is exactly what we were talking about yesterday. Don't run away from the darkness. Don't run away from the shadow. What you need to do is stand there with it, acknowledge it, respect it, like acknowledge it, and then that's how you integrate darkness. You embrace it, basically, right? Like the darkness finally makes it to you. The doorway to heaven. Like acknowledge it and help it transmute. So that's who I pulled today, transmutation. Help it transmute into light. That is one of your jobs as a light worker. I know. So welcome everybody. Gracie, Katie, Cody. I'm so happy that you're here. So the gift that she's going to teach us about is transmutation. The shadow is going to be oppression. The Siddhi is transfiguration. So I'm going to read to you. So get comfortable, chat it out. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Rearrange the lighting again, so I'm so confused, but it's good. So I'm just going to get into her character for a minute. I really love relating to these wisdom keepers. I do, because I feel like I've been all of them. Maybe not in this body, but like I can relate, you know? Yes. So I had a reoccurring nightmare as a child. It always ended with a bearded man hovering over me with a giant blade as I guarded something behind my back. I always woke up screaming just before the blade touched my chest. My father was a weak and quiet man. He didn't speak of his oppressive family past or believe in much of anything. My mother was a woman who religiously embraced the dogma of the church. Convinced a negative entity was attached to her daughter, she dragged me to church. For years, I prayed for forgiveness. I prayed for forgiveness and to be rid of the evil. But the nightmare only intensified. By the time I was a young woman, I avoided sleep at all costs. One night, I was so overcome with hopelessness that I broke down in front of my father, finally sharing the dream with him. He became strangely curious, as if he needed to know more. His surprising response awakened a curiosity and courage in me. That night, I willingly went to sleep. Though I still woke before the knife fell, I was able to retrieve more information. The next night, the same happened. Then the next. It got to a point where I could enter the dream at will, like a sleuth, always leaving seconds before my murder. My father hungered for each new detail that came through. It was as if the two of us were assembling pieces from an ancient puzzle. One night, I detected faint lettering on the bearded man's belt. I drew the 3 letters for my father. He ran to his room and rushed back with a book, an old book full of Nordic symbols, given to him by the grandfather he'd never mentioned. Immediately, we saw the meaning of the 3 symbols: journey, gift, and joy. I'd never seen my father's eyes glow like that. I couldn't wait to go to sleep that night. This time, I let the dagger plunge into my heart. There was no blood, no pain, just radiant light filling my chest. Turning to the face I'd been protecting all those years, I saw a treasure box overflowing with jewels. The bearded man reappeared, this time beaming with kindness. Instead of a sword, he held a picture of my father as a child in his hand, and he said, "Tell your father I ask for his forgiveness. Tell him I love him." My father and I were never the same after that. Our ancestral relations strengthened, healed, and transformed us. Today, there is nothing I am not willing to see or feel. I uncover treasure after treasure. You guys, I could not have picked a better card for us today. Like it was choking me up. We're talking about forgiveness today. This is a wisdom keeper with an amazing story of forgiveness. Incredible. Oh my God. Like, whoa, even I'm impressed here. And so sweet. Tell your father I ask for his forgiveness. Tell him I love him. And that was choking me up because the reason we want to forgive is because that resentment, that unforgiving vibration holds us away from love. So incredible. I mean, I hate the fact that she was tortured with nightmares for years, but that's a lesson too. Like, she thought something was dark, so she ran away from it. And then it just chased her harder, only to find out that it wasn't even darkness. I mean, it was kind of, right? It was that shadow aspect that wanted to be forgiven, that wanted to be loved and accepted and returned to the light. So this may be like the top of the charts now for the wisdom keepers. So here's her gift to us. My gift to you. Wow. Trinity, welcome. We just got blown away. Amazing. I need that every once in a while. Choke me up while I'm reading. So this is her gift to us. I am here to ask you to move towards that which terrifies you. You may think you have a fixed identity, but you don't. You are forever changing. You are designed to bump up against limitations and then to dissolve into something else. Transmutation. Transmutation is the key to your evolution. I come when it's time to hold nothing back, to embrace everything, and to live dangerously. Release all definitions of who you are. Release all definitions of who you are and what you're capable of. Get comfortable with fear. Willingly take the lid off of Pandora's box. If you truly want to transcend your suffering, move deeply into it. Surrender. You can make a quantum leap at any moment, and your true purpose will be revealed. Wow. Like, this is one of those moments where I couldn't, if I picked out my cards, and there's this fly again, my friend the fly is back. If I sat down before a broadcast and tried to like pick perfect cards, like that'd have been it right there. Oh my gosh. So incredible. That will be worth listening to someday on a replay, just to be reminded again of the magic that comes from forgiveness, and the magic that we have laced all around us today. Oh my goodness. Oh, I didn't even get to the contemplation questions. Angela, I'm so glad you're here. I was telling everybody not to tell you that today was forgiveness. So you just show up. That was incredible. That was incredible. Like frog in my throat. Wow. So she does have questions, and I'll just read through them for people who like to think too much. I love you all. Thank you, Angela. I love you. Yeah, Trinity. Plot twist. That's all I'll say. So her contemplation questions are: have you given up on your life? Do you sometimes feel like no matter what you do, your life won't get better? That's one question. What are the fears you refuse to face or deal with? Because that's what she is suggesting. Like you've heard before, dive into the darkness. Get comfortable with fear. Do you feel best when you're mentally certain about something? So these are just questions for contemplation. Do you ever feel oppressed by your own mind? Is it hard to relate to people who think differently than you? Two more questions. Think of something that truly scares you. Move towards it with a symbolic or creative act. So this book really is like a healing guide. Like it gives you things to think about. It gives you things to maybe help with your transformation and transmutation. And the last thing it says is reflect on a time in your life when you experienced a transmutation. So she gives us a lot to think about, really a lot of prompts for inner work. She came on the perfect day, like 100% perfect day to show up. Thank you, because today we are talking about forgiveness. We have been waiting for this one, maybe willingly, maybe like, ugh, but it's here. So, and you know what? It's beautiful. It's purple, it's violet, it's light blue, and orange. So yesterday we had a lot of orange colors with change. So these really go together so sweet, you know, change and forgiveness, and so that we can ultimately have more love in our life. So the affirmation at the bottom of this card from forgiveness is, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So I'm comfortable with that, right? If you have something that you've been refusing to address that falls under the umbrella of forgiveness, this is a really good statement to help get you in the door. Okay? I acknowledge, right? You're just saying, yeah, I get it. Harboring resentment, harboring all that negativity, I totally get it. It blocks the flow of love. Okay? It just blocks the flow of love. I can't be loving if I'm angry. Okay? I can't be really in the best place of kindness if I'm feeling resentful, right? So it's just a good statement to get you in the door of maybe releasing that energy into light. So you can never flow with your natural energy of love unless you release the negative energy of hate, anger, intolerance, and blame. Every soul in your path has free will, and you have no control over that. What you do have control over is how you react to the manifestations of others' free will. So we can't control people, but we can control how we react to them and their manifestations. So holding on to that negative energy will strengthen karmic cycles, and forgiveness can break that pattern. Okay, so we've got this like karmic merry-go-round of negative energy, right? Finally shows up on your doorstep. Your forgiveness can break that pattern and release it into the light. The most important person you must learn to forgive is always yourself. So we must learn how to forgive ourselves. That's numero uno. And blaming yourself for failures blocks the natural flow of love. Okay, so we want to get this natural flow of love going in our life, because that will attract all the good things to us. We want good things in our life, then we need to forgive and get that love flowing. So let me catch up on the chat here. Angela says, I cringe. I cringe at forgiveness, but I missed you too much to stay away. Well, I'm glad you're here. We won't linger long on it. However, before I even got to this card, we were already, forgiveness was already finding its way to us with our wisdom keeper, right? Apparently, her dad's dad did something terrible, and he was coming into her dreams to try to get him to forgive. right? He was trying to access his son through his granddaughter for that forgiveness. So all I can hear is just get into it. Get into that darkness and really acknowledge it. Really. So anyways, yeah, we won't hang out here long, Angela, but yeah, we got to for at least one more minute because I want to just go back and say and remind us what we do have control over is how we react to other people's actions because they have free will. So I'm going to tell you a story about something that I have, it's funny and it's rude and it's funny and it's something that insulted me to no end, and it was something that I have maybe still have some work to do to forgive. But my sister-in-law, and I'm going to just tell this story publicly, she has free will, right? Okay, so I have to remember that I can't control her free will, but what I can control is how I react. So yeah, Cody's saying I hold grudges for a long time. Got to figure out a way of that. Well, this is what I'm going to share a story about holding a grudge for a real long time. Now, Katie says I'm very forgiving, but I don't forget. Now, there is a loophole in that statement. People say that, oh, I'll forgive you, but I won't forget. Well, then I don't think you actually forgave. Right? Or else you would let it go. Right. Like, but I see what people say and what people mean. But I think a lot of people say that but they didn't really forgive. They did not forgive. So there is a story that, okay, now to go back, I unknowingly did something to offend her, okay? Right? I had given her a gift that she thought was rude. She thought it was rude. I thought it was funny. She thought it was rude, okay? So she decided to get back at me, right? Because I had been rude to her. I didn't even know. Instead of communicating or anything, she didn't like what I gave her. It was like a little magnet with like a classy pinup 50s homemaker. And she was holding a piece of pie and it said, how about a slice of shut your pie hole, right? Because I thought she would have thought that was funny. Right? But apparently she must have thought that I was telling her to zip it or something. But I just thought that she would think that is funny because that would be like something she would say, right? So anyways, I'm telling you the story because this is something that I need to let go of. So the next holiday, which must have been like a Christmas or something, she literally, with her free will, decided to show up at my Christmas celebration in my house. Okay, listen to me, chip on the shoulder, my house, and with a straight face gave me a gift bag that had every single gift I had ever given her in the gift bag. Like basically like you can have it all back, right? So I didn't know what to do actually at that moment. Like I didn't actually even know, like, is this like a dream? Like one of those moments you're like, am I dreaming? Like, does she know that she just re-gifted me the gifts I gave her? Right? So like at first I was like, oh my God, she's insane. She's crazy. Like this is the ultimate re-gifting fail. Like she re-gifted it back to the gifter. Right? So in my house, so it took me like a couple months of like basically like telling my husband, like, you need to find out, like, is she crazy or is she the biggest jerk on this face of this earth? Like, find out for me, right? Like, is she insane? I'll forgive her right on the spot. Or did she just like totally disrespect me up in my own house? Then we have a problem, right? So it was just total disrespect. Okay, great, fine, whatever. So now I'm stuck with the resentment, right? Yeah, it was like, It was like that. Yeah, and then like you just totally like doubt the mental stability of this person, and you're like, well, she ain't ever come walking up in this house again, right? Like you're just, and this Italian heritage that I carry within me, it's like, oh, you disrespected me. Right? So it has been like, is really, in the grand scheme of the world, it is not that big of a deal. However, in my own personal tiny little world, this has been huge for me, and a huge moment in asking myself what it actually takes to forgive somebody who disrespected you, right? Like, you just disrespected me, made me question everything, and blew up the bridge between us in front of my face, right? Like, wow. So it is funny though, right? Like at first, like I just laughed and laughed because I was like, this is like the ultimate regifting fail story of all time. But it really wasn't. Like, she did that on purpose to be malicious and psychotic. Okay, so now it's been years after. We don't spend Christmas together, that's for sure, right? But I had to get to the point where I was like, hey, you can't be resenting anyone on this earth for anything. For real. Because that is a negative vibration that feels like a lead brick. Okay? As I become more embracing of light and unconditional love for everyone, I can't have a but. I can't have a, well, except you, right? Yeah, it is insane, right? And think about it. Who are you upset with in your life that has hurt you? Crazy people, right? So forgiveness is a big thing, because whether you were insulted or abused or betrayed or lied to, like whatever. Now, I'm happy that mine's kind of funny, right? But it gets more serious than that. But it comes down to the same thing. How can we release this negative energy of forgiveness? Like, how do you forgive, really? And you know if you have or you haven't, because get your resentment meter out. Like, do you detect resentment up in here, right? like then the forgiveness work is not completely transmuted. So I have come a long way, but there was, it was big for me. It really was. Yeah, it totally insane. Yeah, that she put a lot of thought and packaged it up and then sat there and like enjoyed the moment, I'm guessing. And I said nothing at the time because I really did like just thought maybe she had made a really funny but big mistake. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to think someone's being malicious to you. Like, it's been big, and like the fact that we have such a small family anyways, like, why did that need to happen? Like, I already have a lot of like vibrational in my family. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, yet another bridge gets torched. Great. So anyways, I definitely have some journaling to do with forgiveness. That's one little thing. But I can go back to my childhood, right? I have a lot of stuff to forgive my father about. And do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of forgiveness. So I want to make sure that I am doing this work. That I am allowing the transmutation to occur, because ultimately I want more, wait for it, love. I want more love in my life, you guys. So I am showing up today with a new deck for us because I knew that we were going to need it today. I knew that we were going to need it today. But anyways, any other thoughts on forgiveness? The question is that you want to ask yourself is, what does it need? What do I need? What is it going to take for me to let this go? So what has our advice been with all the darkness? Really get comfortable with it. Sit with it, right? I don't necessarily need to sit with her. right? But like sit with the fact that like I was offended. I have resentment. Sit with that resentment. Acknowledge it. Don't just try to push it away like, oh, you don't need to be here, resentment. I'm a positive person. Go away from me. Come here, resentment. Come here. It's okay. It's okay, resentment. That was awful. I love you. I love that you're a sensitive being, resentment, that you have feelings, and that you really do feel things so strongly, that when you get offended, it's really offended, and then you just, resentment, you are a very powerful emotional presence, and I love you. So literally love your resentment. Love it, and then let it come home. It's part of us. It really is part of us. So whatever you've got going inside of you, let the theme be to just bring it all in and let it transmute. Let it all come home. And take a deep breath, just like we were reminded yesterday from Archangel Raphael. Take a deep breath. And release it so slowly. And as you exhale, you release old patterns. Because that resentment can become a habit. It can become a habit, right? So yeah, do this with all things. Just keep doing your work, and it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. I feel better already. Oh, I feel better already. So this is the new deck. I did do an unboxing video yesterday. Are you okay, Angela? I know. Now, I know a lot of people have way bigger, deeper, more hurtful experiences than that one. But that's just the one that I'm sharing with you now. But and I'm also going to share something else with you too. That story about the first story really choked me up a little bit because there was a knife involved with this story and the father figure. And that actually does take me back to my own personal childhood because there is a very dramatic memory that I will be working on forgiving when my biological father did pull a knife on my mother. So I think when I was reading that too, it triggered that a little bit. Like my inner child was like, you know, like, and remember that time. So this so far has been pretty powerful for me. So the best thing I can do right now, and you can do when you feel that, okay, so something came up, don't suppress it back down. Let it come up. You finally gave it permission to come up. Right? So just as we go through this, as you go through your shadow work, your inner work, whatever comes up, allow it, acknowledge it, sit with it. Okay? Sit with it. So anyways, yeah, now I'm freezing. Now I need my old lady heater on. Okay, so anyways, I love you guys. I'm glad you're okay. Let's pull some whispers of love. Because that is our main intention, okay? Always do all things with love. But yeah, so far this lady has been super powerful for me. And she does look rough a little bit. Like her face was so busy with texture and, you know, one of those faces I've been a little leathered with experience. I like her. I like her a lot. Okay, so these cards, I am going to post that unboxing video. This is the back of the cards. It's in 3 parts, so I have to merge them all together. My phone kept freezing up because it's out of storage. So I love you guys. Thanks for being here. You know, just do the work at your own pace, Angela. Everyone. Nothing needs rushed. Nothing needs forced. Just at your own pace. So anyways, these cards are incredibly gorgeous. So we are definitely going to be pulling them often, infusing more love in our broadcasts together and in our life, and on the tip of our tongue with our intentions. We just want to be whispering and shouting love all the time. So I love the feel of these. They're almost hard to grab. The one that I stopped on, oh, dang it. We're going to do the top and the bottom. So yesterday we got intimacy. And the one thing that stood out with me was the description of intimacy. Thank you, Katie. I love you. Lots of love and hugs back. Did the one thing that stuck out with you yesterday was the unified field? Like intimacy, true intimacy is two people coming together in one presence and one unified field. I stopped on the union of hearts. Did that focus in? So yeah, this is incredible. It's lovers, a tree lover embrace, two trees coming together as one. He has more green foliage, she has more flowers, but they are coming together and embracing. It's number 28. There's birds in their branches and hair, and they're pretty much on top of the mountain. You can see the valley below. So coming together in one unified field, the union of hearts, perfect. There is a connection of love that defies explanation. There is a connection of love that defies explanation. And don't you want it? And don't you want to taste it? So this is number 28. Great number. I turned 28 every birthday for about a decade. I just wasn't moving on. So every birthday I had, I just turned 28 again. It really worked for me. So this is so special, so unique, and cannot be defined in words. This is a love that is comfortable and fits perfectly. It can be between parents and children, or it can be in a romantic relationship, or in a special friendship. Okay, so even though these are two lovers, right, the union of heart, we can also experience this easy, comfortable, perfectly fit love between friends, between groups of friends, between your children. It just is so easy to be with you. It is so easy to be with you. It's just really comfortable, and have no words for how enjoyable it is to love you. So that is the love that we are manifesting together. So the write-up on these are so short and sweet. Love it. So we are going to honor the bottom too. I felt really was perfect. They're all perfect, so we're always going to honor the bottom. It's appreciate this moment. Appreciate this moment. And this is an underwater scene. She's goddess. She has seashells in her hair. She's holding a big conch shell. I think that's how you say it. And she is seeing into it. Perhaps the future. I don't know. I don't know, Fidget. 2. This is number 33. No, level 33. This is a number 33 card. Let's see here. I love my Singing Monster family. So appreciate this moment, right? Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and to find love. So when I say to myself, I want every situation to be with love. That's every interaction, that's every conversation, that's everything. So I need to say, fidget spinner, I love you. I love you. 15's good. For our tribe, 15's great. And it's still early in the week. So this is also saying that sometimes there are circumstances that seem challenging and don't make any sense at the time. It is important that you face what is happening so you can learn the lessons that are being taught here. So here we are getting another message of the importance to face the lessons, face the fear, face the shadow, face the resentment, face that effed up experience that is hard to explain why it even happened. It doesn't even make any sense now, let alone when it happened. It still doesn't make any sense. But you need to face it, okay? Face what is happening so you can learn the lessons. It's also saying to ask the angels to show you what is important in this moment. So angels, please show me what is important in this moment and help me appreciate this moment, right? Because appreciation, like we said 100 million times before, appreciation is the key to a life that feels fulfilling, right? Appreciation is the secret to life. So, and it also is the secret to love. Yeah, they are gorgeous. I have to take pictures of these ones because there is so much detail underneath the detail, underneath the detail. They could have, these cards are pretty big, but they could even went bigger, in my opinion, because there is so much detail. It's incredible. Incredible. So anyways, I love you guys. Let's pull a Magdalene card while we got the love flowing. That's the one that she paints on silk. Okay. That's the one she... On the bottom right away is warrior healing. So, very good. We'll take it. Yes, please. That's what we're doing. We're all warriors. Very sweet. Yes, once we release these negative experiences in our life, then we will have more room for love. Love is just waiting for us to release that old pattern, that old blockage. And then it will be loves that we have no words for. Can't hardly explain this love. It's just amazing. Yeah, they are incredible. So here we go. Archangel Gabriel, stillness mastery. So we just ended with asking our angels, right? Asking the angels to help us find that appreciation, that lesson, that knowingness in the moment, right? And on the bottom, you guys, I just had to look to see what was on the bottom of this deck. And we pulled this the last time I think we actually used it. It's Liquid Love Unity. So we're not playing. We're not joking around. Like, we really are making strong intentions now for love, for everything to be done with love, because that is the new world that we want to co-create together. And Archangel Gabriel is coming through to remind us about going within, about meditating, about finding that stillness that is God's source, that is unconditional love within us, right? Yeah. Yep, Gabriel. It's a really flowy painting. I would say if any of these are Gabriel, it's way up here at the top. There's kind of like a halo-ish. thing. But yeah, I'll definitely take a picture of it. Archangel Gabriel, I told her not to be jealous. Or him. You guys, sometimes I really do switch back and forth with Archangel Gabriel in particular about whether I think that it's a girl or guy. Do you as well? Are you feeling me on this one? Like, when you think of Archangel Gabriel, is it a female or a male? Like, it's the one archangel that's like, I don't know. Like, it's not a question. It's just sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes I will think of her with her white diamond and all that. And then other times, more often, usually I'm thinking of her now, but I used to think of him as more of a masculine energy. So, mastery in the face of worldwide adversity is upon us now as a human race. The message is to feel no fear. But we just were saying we need to face the fear. Come on, Gabriel. Right. Get comfortable with fear, but don't fear it. Don't fear the fear, right? What if it doesn't have a sex? Oh, I don't think they do. None of it does. None of it does. It's just our human perception. I don't think any of the angels have genitals. Like, I don't think most of the things that we give a character to, I don't even think it's character. I think it's all light. But we can't conceptualize that. Like, our brains can't handle that. So we just, give them names and muscles. So many light workers are healing from the layers and layers of deep sorrow and betrayal. Right? So trust may be hard for you. Hold the vision in your thoughts for positive outcomes. Hold the vision in your thoughts for love, right? This universal love, this shift in consciousness. Now, in this painting, she did try to make like a praying mantis, I guess. Yeah, Trini's saying like, yeah, they're not gendered. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I love Pamela. I haven't listened to that one. Pamela Erlin has channeled Gabriel, and Katie is saying that she talks about that. So anyways, she didn't mean for a praying mantis to come out in this, but it just sort of did. I guess this is her little like story about it. And so if you feel connected to praying mantis energy, which a lot of people do, praying mantis medicine is a divine messenger that helps one to live a spirit-guided life with patience and the grace of stillness. Have you ever seen a praying mantis? They're just like, right, they got their arms up. They're like still, right? Until like you come at them and they're like, okay. But yeah, like that's part of their thing. They be very still. So I feel that way about Archangel Gabriel. To reflect the amazing story, I have changed the name. She changed the name of this painting to Archangel Gabriel. So anyways, she's got a lot of words here. Perhaps you picked this card to reflect upon how you have been too busy rushing around with many concerns on your mind. Remember to be here and now. Okay? And that's what the Whispers of Love was saying to us. Be here and now and appreciate this moment, right? So Archangel Gabriel is saying, yeah, if you want to appreciate this moment, you need to have that stillness mastery. You need to meditate every day. Meditate every day, even if it's only for a few minutes. Make sure, like yesterday, we got reminded to make sure we are taking time to create. So make sure you are prioritizing meditation, creative moments, right? Stillness. things like that, because that's going to help us get into that space of allowing, of love, and be able to sit with these shadow energies and see them for what they really are and help integrate them back into ourselves. So also, let the angels surround you. It's also saying that life dramas, anybody got some drama? No, not me. Life drama is created by people living the illusion. So, right, this is other people's free will. This is other people living the illusion, right? They may try to bring back ways of being that aren't conducive to a higher vibrational state. So that's why it's really important for you to stay focused on love and on the new world that you want to create. So remember the protection that surrounds you by feeling gratitude, okay? Let the angels surround you. Feel gratitude, feel the protection, and know that it's because your intention to maintain your peace. Like if you had you're like, wow, how did I avoid that car wreck? Well, your intention guides you all the time and will guide you away from more drama. Okay, so whenever you make it a point to be like, my intentions are for love and for peace, like literally you're just like, you don't even become attracted to drama. So anyways, feel the oceanic emanating frequencies of angelic love, hope, and protection as Gabriel blows his horn. Spread your angelic frequency via tuning within and honoring your unique soul self. Let trust and hope for humanity emanate from the stillness of self. Yeah. So patience ensures all victories. The light shall prevail. Keep hope alive. So that's Archangel Gabriel coming through with liquid love unity. So yeah, that's also great to sort of cushion our intentions of forgiveness and incorporating more love within us. So very good. I enjoyed that. They are beautiful cards, all of them. Woo! Are you guys still with me? I think what I want to do now is pull the Keepers of the Light, and then we should be set. Oh my goodness. So much to think about, so much to incorporate, and is it only Tuesday? Good. So the last time we had Isis. This is the Keepers of the Light. So we had the Wisdom Keepers, the Soul Journey, Whispers of Love, Magdalene, Keepers of the Light. We had like a powerful lineup today. Yeah, totally powerful lineup. So I just really thought that after doing that kind of work, and I predicted right. I predicted right again. I was going to need a Keeper of the Light. Like I'm like, forgiveness, asking for more love, oh my gosh, because that can open up cans of worms, you know? Like I was like, yeah, we need a Keeper of the Light. So Keepers of the Light always have a great message of our spiritual journey of ascension, our earth work, light work, what we're doing, our soul's expansion. Okay, I want to stop there because whatever's on the bottom I feels what I want. But let's see what I stopped on. Krishna. Okay, Krishna's on the top, but I really felt a strong pull to the bottom of the deck. So why? What's with this guy? Who is it even? It's Dwal Cool. Like, what's up with this guy? Someone explain to me. Like, what's up with him? All right, I have not given him enough play, I guess. Or taken the time to learn more. Like, I see him in the deck. I pull him all the time. I'm all like, hey, what's up? So Krishna is coming through with devotion, and Dwal Kul is Dharma unfolding, which that's kind of like one of those words that I'm like, what does that mean exactly? Right? Like, I'm not like 100% hippified. Dharma unfolding. I guess that's probably why I like always am just like, okay, whatever. So, but when I stopped, it was the bottom of the deck that was trying to get my attention. Like, you would think it'd be Krishna, right? My Asiel here. Yeah, sure. But Dharma unfolding, Dwal Kul. So he's saying, remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. So, right, just one step at a time. Keep going. Look at his face, though. He's so kind. Like, he is cool. Like, his attitude or something. I don't know if he's coming into focus or it's just still me back here. But anyways, and him coming through with Krishna is kind of cool. Not making cool jokes. I swear I'm not. That we just were encouraged for stillness and to go within. And Krishna is saying, trust that. Trust your meditation. Trust your spiritual practice. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. Just trust your devotion. It's felt. It's literally felt on the higher realms. So keep on it. And then Dwal Kul is saying, one step at a time, okay? You don't really want to like become completely enlightened all at once, do you? You'll never get the dishes done. So let me see what else he has to say. Only because of how strongly he felt on my hand. It's kind of strange. And Angela, you like this guy, right? I've pulled him for you too. Okay, Dwal Kul, known as the Tibetan, is a Tibetan Buddhist master. He is said to have had many incarnations, including as a devotee to Buddha himself, and also to one of the three wise men. He incarnated then again as one of the three wise men who honored the baby Jesus. So, through his earthly experiences, he has learned the importance of spiritual practice. It's 3:03. I felt like I needed to look what time it was. 3:03. Thank you. He's learned the importance of discipline, of spiritual practice and discipline, and knows that the path we are on unfolds over time. Yes, the Metatron Scholarship. That's great. And Trinity is saying, Dharma is like the path you journey on through using discipline and having a spiritual practice. Oh, okay. That makes sense, because that one, like, he's incarnated today as like a spiritual master. He's always using the word Dharma, and I'm like, like, I've tweeted at him and I can't think of his name either. What is his name? He's gorgeous. Like, he's gorgeous. I will tweet one of his things this afternoon. But he's always talking about Dharma, and then he is always kind of saying that humanity doesn't have the discipline. He's like, yeah, I'm here and nobody's ready. Yes. So he's been around, Cody. You're right. Yeah, he keeps coming back. He's reincarnating over and over again in our cards. So now he is helping light workers follow their Dharma, which is a Sanskrit word meaning right way of living, right? Where we are living with unconditional love. We're living with integrity, honesty, right? So Dharma. I get it now. I'm getting it. See, it just took a little help from my friends, from Dwal. Now I'm getting it. Now I'm going to remember this time. Yeah, Dharma unfolding equals path unfolding. Hold on, let me get my Sharpie. Making notes on the oracle cards now. So when he appears in a reading, Cody, he reminds you that your path is unfolding as it should be. Okay, so I guess we just need encouragement. Take one step at a time and remember that your only spiritual function, I love this guy, is to be happy. I love it. You are a powerful person with many lessons under your belt and a real capacity to share your wisdom with the world. Take the time to go over what you have learned recently. Recognize the strengths it has brought you and acknowledge where you have been courageous. Dwal Kul is now working with your angel guides to help your journey unfold like a beautiful lotus, one petal at a time. Yeah. And I always remember that too when we really talked about that lotus, right? And it doesn't just bloom. Nope, the lotus opens one petal at a time with its unfoldment. And that is like our spiritual path. So stay devoted, right? And keep letting your path unfold, right? Dharma unfolding. Your main requirement is to be happy. Can you do it? Can you handle it? Can you do it? So anyways, thanks you guys. Thank you so much. I don't know about you, but I'm like definitely feeling like a big cup of integrating hot cocoa is maybe called for this afternoon. So we do have 2 decks left on the table to finish the broadcast, but I just want to thank you so very, very much. I will be showing up now at 2. It works better for a lot of us. So if you can make it, you're invited to be here with me weekdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. This is a funny story personally, like because just yesterday, I am supposed to be at the library at 4. Okay, to have my girls there for tween group. Well, literally, I have to bend time and space to get there at 4. Okay, because like it's just that my husband needs to be here for the dogs, and it's like all this after school traffic, and like it's incredible what I have to go through to like, get there at 4. And I was just like, why can't they make this like 15 minutes later or half an hour later? Like instead of me like feeling like I have to like bring out sorcery just to get there, right? I mean, I get there, but still. And it was kind of like, and why can't she wait 2 minutes to start the instruction? And I was having this whole moment, right? So today, when it occurred to me that 2 o'clock would be better, I was like, yeah, why? I hate that feeling of like trying to get somewhere like with really not enough time. So I was like, let's make this easier on me and my friends, and there's no rush, and 2 o'clock will work just as easy, right? And it really did. And I had time to feed the chicken. I had time to get rained on outside. I had time to take a hot bath. I had time to do the schoolwork. I had time to make India food. Like, cool. So I'll see you at 2. Yeah, we do need a dragon soon. I was thinking that maybe your dragon deck would be in, and it would be like you would be putting them on the community page. Right? We can do one right now. All right. We're going to do a dragon real quick. Hey, we make the rules. Who says we can't have 1 billion oracle cards per broadcast? There's nothing that says that we're not allowed. We can. Let's pull a dragon. You don't have to twist my arm. Katie says, thank you, Sadie. We should do it. And she didn't even say dragon. She used the dragon emoji, which I speak emoji. So yeah, we're doing a dragon. And by the way, Trinity, did you get a new phone? Because I don't understand some of your emojis now. They're just coming up with question marks and squares. Did you upgrade on us? I know. Diana is taking a long time with handwriting out your thank you. All right. So we love you, dragons. I called on you this morning as I literally was running. I said, run with me, earth and fire dragons, run with me, as I ran to the back of the yard. of the estate as I ran to the back of the estate. AKA my mushy yard filled with dog turds. I asked the dragons to travel with me to take the energy that I'm pulling down from the Christ grid and put it down into the new ley lines of the new earth that we are creating. Yes, I knew you updated because I'm apparently not. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's the air and fire dragon. Very cool. I was just talking about the earth and fire dragon. Now we're going to step it up a notch to air and fire. Okay? And on the bottom is deep blue dragon. It's hard to just pull one, right? Isn't it? Like once you start looking at the bottom of your decks, how often do you don't? Yeah, I said it. How often do you don't? Anytime I talk like that, my husband says, #homeschool. All right, so first we have the air and fire dragon. Expands your creative energies. So yesterday we had create. We had that importance of creation, expand your creative energy. So we're just kind of confirming messages at this point. Honor your creativity and harness it. The dragon is saying harness it. Harness your excitement and your enthusiasm. So communicate your passion. So if you have a lot of energy, I don't know, it was hypothetical, okay? So you have like a lot of energy, like some people might have like a lot of sexual energy. Take that energy and harness it and put it towards something creative, right? So say you got a lot of energy because you're doing this shadow work and you're just like fired up, you're just like crazy mad, right? Harness it. Harness that fire and put it towards your creativity. And then the deep blue dragon keeps you safe by clearing your pathway. And that's kind of like what we were just saying with Archangel Gabriel. Your powerful intentions of love and of peace literally keep you safe from drama. So trust that you are protected. Walk on a path of light. So that is so super sweet to have both of those coming through. The air and fire dragon is a 4th dimensional dragon. And like I said, it is time to harness your gifts and your talents for your highest good and that of the world. You have something in your soul to bring forward. So your guidance is to decide what fires your enthusiasm and then trust your inner wisdom and talk about it. Take a chance, leap of faith, and step onto your true path of happiness and creativity. Remember that excitement and passion are magnetic qualities and will draw the right people and situations to you. Okay, so he's definitely saying trust yourself, and when we've got this dragon beside us, success is pretty much guaranteed. So stay here, right here. Hold on. I'll just tuck you. You can live right here. You can live in my hair. Yes. Now, safety from the deep blue dragon. I don't know what this one is. That was 4th dimensional. This is a 5th dimensional. And this is gorgeous. Like this is one gorgeous dragon. And you guys, deep blue dragons work with Archangel Michael, the angel of strength and protection. I guess we shouldn't even be surprised now that we see the color of the blue and the protection message. Like, my bad, we should have seen that coming. Dragons can delve into deep, dense matter in a way that angels cannot. Okay? That's their purpose. The dragons go into these dark energies, these dense energies, and they clear it out. They go where angels cannot. They can clear and transmute lower frequencies up to 1 kilometer around those they work with. So these frequencies may be our emotions or thoughts, or the emotions and thoughts of people around us. Okay, so this is great. This dragon takes us back to our wisdom keeper friend of transmutation. Okay, you're right, Katie. If we're going to talk about transmuting, we need a dragon. Many of us are very sensitive and do not realize how much the vibrations of other people impact us. Like if every time you walk in a crowd, you feel it, you're like in a sea of mixed energies. Call on these deep blue dragons. They are master clearance experts. They blow away the foggy vibrations. And then Archangel Michael can more easily connect with us and place us in his deep blue cloak around us. Place his deep blue cloak around us. So if you're somewhere where it's like, oh my God, this energy in here, ugh. Right? The dragons come in and clear it away so that Archangel Michael has better access to you. Yeah, it does make sense. So this card is suggesting that you call on the deep blue dragons to protect you or your loved ones. Visualize a protecting army of deep blue dragons gliding in front of you wherever you walk or drive. Let them precede you into your home or office, right? Like, dude, you go first. You guys go first, okay? Ask them to dive into the ground below your house to consume all lower energies. Ask them to keep an area of 1 kilometer around you totally clear, right? Like 1 mile around me. Just keep on it. Relax and trust this is happening. So call on the deep blue dragons to dive under your house. I love that. Please dive under my house. Please transmute all negative energies. Consume all lower energies. Because the deep blue dragons are transmuting the lower emotions. Because they are transmuting the lower emotions of everyone in your vicinity, you will be no longer moving through the dense energy of other people. So notice how much lighter and happier you feel. You can serve the planet by asking deep blue dragons to dive under your shopping mall, your school, your big buildings, or anywhere you feel they are needed to consume dense vibrations. So we can ask them to come in and clean out this energy. I don't know. Think of somewhere, a building that you just feel it. That's where you can, under my house, right? Right, Angela? Yeah. Under our homes, under our community buildings, okay? Under our jails, under our courthouse, under the hospital, okay? We can ask these dragons, call on them, okay? So then Archangel Michael can get in there better. And then while they're doing that, we just have to trust that they're doing that, okay? We've done our part by calling on them. And while they're doing their work, we can harness our creativity and our passion and then start to create the world we want. Yeah, so I love that these are coming together. Katie, good idea. Thank you so much, dragons. Thank you so much. Always thank your dragon. Thank you. All right, so let's let go of one more thing with an intention from the language of letting go. Okay, here and now, more love, more dragons. What do you want in life? Love and dragons. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. All right, here we go. All right, these are all crazy. These are all crazy. Ew. It's like hit or miss with these cards, you guys. Ew. Assuming financial responsibility. Ew. Oh, you're so welcome. So now I'm gonna like totally be a party pooper and bring in the assuming financial responsibility. So I call on dragons right now to come under this card, under this building. And unicorns. Yeah, we also would like some unicorns. So, all right, here we go. Today I will repair and restore my money-related issues. I will not allow others to hurt me financially. And I will take responsibility for any matters that I've created. I will ask God to help me with the details of my financial life, and I will trust that everything will work out in the best way possible. It is a cool looking card because it's like a paper cutout dude with a hammer and a nail, and the tree has some Monopoly money in it. And then it's like this Roman Greco type of house behind it. So I do love it. Way to go, Sadie. Way to go. So on that note, in the mail right before I hit broadcast, I did get this Sacred Vision Oracle card, which I'm not even opening it up yet because I want to do the energy work because I do feel a little guilty about getting it. So I'm not even going to do the unboxing until I'm like in a good place to do it. But the cards are like kind of dark but cool. Okay. So anyways, I'm just being called out. I'm sorry, it is my fault. And then also, I got a new cushion to sit on, right? So sometimes I just feel like I have to spend some money, right? So I am assuming financial responsibility, though. I am going to trust that everything will work out in the best way possible. I always pay my bills. I always pay it off. Whatever. All right, moving on. Yeah, so but I am going to, because I am all about like coming at good things from a good place, I am going to clean up my energy before I even open that and download some of the stuff on my phone so I can make a video. So joy shared is doubled, sorrow shared is halved. While my cards are calling me out. Too funny. Here we go. So we had create yesterday. Yeah, that's definitely a picture of a bank. Yeah. I do love the money tree. The Monopoly money in that tree. To me, that just like highlights the illusion of it all, kind of. That they like actually use Monopoly money. Yes, right. You did. You needed it. Never take me shopping with you. I will encourage you to get everything. No, I mean, get things that you love. Really, you guys, like, I'm actually like leaning towards minimalism more and more. Really, oracle cards are the only thing that I have, you know, like that I collect. Everything else is consumable. Herbs, right? They're consumable. For the next 20 minutes, Sadie will justify her purchases. Okay, here we go. To end the broadcast, joy and sorrow. Which one will it be today? You get to choose. You have free will, or the illusion of free will. I can't sometimes make up my mind, but you can choose what you want. So make your intentions and keep them crystal clear. The Fountain. So, Trin, the scent of roses and lavender perfume the air. So what a cool scene. She's a fountain with all these different flowers growing around her, vines up the brick wall. Within the brick walls of the secret garden stands the fountain of the goddess. She is naked and vulnerable, yet strong and proud. The spiral on her belly is pregnant with possibilities for growth. The spiral on her forehead signifies her third eye and the insight it bestows. So above her head, she holds a golden vase decorated with the yoni symbol of feminine energy. Water is the element of emotions, and as the water overflows from the vase, it rushes over her figure. The healing waters overflow onto the ground and spill out, nurturing and hydrating the plants around her, creating a lush and verdant garden. So, the goddess knows and understands that she must nurture herself first to be able to provide for others. And most importantly, she knows that her garden will flourish when she does. Go with the flow and water your own garden first. So the guidance from the fountain is to buy those oracle cards. Okay? That's what I heard. I don't know what you heard, but that is what I heard. And I love the water. And yes, all this emotional work that we are doing. The guidance from the fountain is to draw from the deep well within and allow your love for self to overflow and pour over every inch of your body. Love and care for yourself first, then you will always have plenty to give to others. No one can draw from a dry well. So, put on your mask first, right? Self-love first. And then once you have that self-love covering every part of your body, every aspect of your being, then you can fully love everyone around you. You have so much to give because it's just love coming in and love spilling out, right? So I love that, of course, because that is the intention, the message, the guidance from the fountain to love yourself totally just cancels out this financial responsibility guilt, right? Like, take care of yourself, nurture yourself, right? Make yourself happy so then you can be happy in the world and give people love, right? So I love the cards that we had today, you guys. I will post them and review them later. All day, actually. These dragons are going to stay with me, and our keepers of the light were so sweet. We had a ton of beautiful messages. So that's what I told Katie on Twitter. Keep your cards, keep your card pools, keep them flowing on the community page, because I love seeing them, and I know everyone else is loving seeing them. So it is Oracle Card City 24/7 up in here, and you can't overdo it. I challenge you to try. We never get sick of it because we love the messages, and even if you did go too far, we'd forgive ya. All right, I just had to work that one in, you guys. So anyways, it's all about transmutation. It's all about becoming the best version of yourself. And Whether you journal tonight or you don't, I think that we did a lot of work, really good work, just coming here together with each other and being open-minded, open-hearted. Okay? So you guys, I love you so, so much. Thank you. And the replay will be up for anyone who didn't catch that beginning story, or for anyone who just wants to listen to me while you do the dishes and review and really hear again some of the messages that were coming through. So whoop whoop, you're right, Katie, said it best. All right, love you guys so, so much. Sadie at allnaturalme.com. I'm on Twitter at allnaturalme. Let's connect, and I'll see you guys later. So much love. You guys are the best. See ya. Peace. I'm out. Too cute.